Guys, I'm so happy you're joining me today. We wanted to do something a little bit different. I've showed you how to sear a steak. I've showed you how to cook a steak. Now I wanted to show you how to prepare 3 Michelin-Star worthy sauces that you have to have in your kitchen. I'm gonna prepare for you 3 of my favorite sauces. Japanese Tare Sauce, traditionally for mostly yakitori. I'm gonna put my little chef twist on it. Our next sauce that I'm going to show you how to make, technically I guess it could be called a vinaigrette, Carrot Top Salsa Verde. Not to be confused with Mexican salsa verde, this is going to be more of an Italian one. I'm actually going to use the top green part of the carrot that most people would just rip off and throw it away. Don't throw those away next time, guys. You can use these in pestos. Today, I'm gonna show you how to use it in a salsa verde. They're absolutely delicious, and most people don't even think to use them. Third and final sauce is one of my favorites, a Shallot Confit Mushroom Bordelaise sauce. In order to make our Bordelaise sauce, we need to make our bone broth to make our demi-glace. But I'm gonna show you how to make kind of a quick mock version of how to do this at home, so you're not spending 2 days making it. If you want to spend that time to make it, feel free to go ahead. I'm just trying to make this a little bit quicker for the purposes of, 1, making this video, and I want to make it a little bit approachable for you guys too. All right, guys, so as always, let's get right into it.
Okay, let's start by browning 4 to 6 pounds of neck bones, oxtail bones, and marrow bones.
All right, we got our oven at 500 degrees. We're going to pop these in, get a little bit more color on them, check it in about 20 minutes. While our bones are cooking, we want to go in with 3 carrot, 3 celery, 1 bulb of garlic, and then 1 onion. We're going to cook those off. All right, while our vegetables are cooking and our bones are in the oven, let's go ahead and reduce down 3 bottles of red wine, preferably Bordeaux. All right, as you can see, we've got some nice, beautiful color on our vegetables. So next we want to go in with 130 grams of tomato paste, or 1 tube. All right, we'll just cook out the acidity of the tomatoes, really caramelize that with the vegetables. All right, since our bones are almost done, what we're gonna do is just slide these over.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's what you want to see right there. And we'll go ahead and add our vegetables to the pan. It's already nice and hot. And do not throw this away. This is all flavor right here. We'll go ahead and deglaze this with our red wine that's reducing. And pop this in for another 10 minutes, and then we'll start our bone broth. Take some of our red wine. We want to get all this fond off. This is very important. You don't want to waste this. This is all flavor. Use a spatula and just kind of get up around the sides. Once we deglaze, then we'll just add that back into our red wine that's reducing. So while our wine is reducing, our bones are in the oven. We're going to start our stock in just a minute. But meanwhile, we can just go ahead and get started on 6 shallots. And we just want to cut these up nice and fine, very small dice. To this, we'll add a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of beef tallow. Next, we'll go in with our shallots. A little salt, a little pepper, about a tablespoon of sugar. Now we'll just let these cook low and slow till they're nicely caramelized. Next for our sauce, we'll take 12 ounces of mushrooms. I have some king oyster and some cremini. We'll just rough chop these. A little bit of garlic oil. Then we'll just go on with our mushrooms, get some nice caramelization on them.
Caramelize your mushrooms and set aside for later.
All right, so next thing we want to do is get a pressure cooker. Don't worry if you don't have a pressure cooker. You can actually do this in the pot on a stove. Just make sure you have a lot of time to invest in it, at least 8 to 10 hours. Just lightly simmer it on the stove. But if not, if you have a pressure cooker, just go ahead and pop these in the pressure cooker. I highly suggest getting one of these. I'll leave the link in the description below. And then we'll deglaze all this on the stove. We'll add this to our pot. All right, so we heated up our pan. We're going to shut that off. Just add a little bit of our beef broth. Ooh, careful, because it might do that on you. These are all those little details that bring your cooking to the next level. And we'll turn that back on. Once this comes to a nice simmer, then all this fond on the bottom of the pan will just release and add into our bone broth. And then we'll add this to our pressure cooker. Or if you're doing it on the stove, just go ahead and add it to your pot and let it reduce. And then you want to go in with, I'd say, roughly 3 to 4 quarts of homemade beef bone broth. If not, store-bought's fine. Just make sure you get some really good quality stuff. All right, so we'll pressure cook this on high for about 1 hour. Lastly, we'll add 1 bunch of thyme, 1 bunch of parsley stem, a few black peppercorn. Go and take a look at our shallots, nice and caramelized. That's exactly what you want right there. Those are beautiful. Then we'll just go ahead and add our mushrooms we cooked earlier to our shallots. Alrighty guys, so we've reduced our red wine down to about a third of what it was from the 3 bottles.
When your beef stock is finished, go ahead and strain it into your reduced red wine.
Alright guys, so we're just gonna go ahead and let this reduce down one more time till it thickens up. About halfway through, you're gonna see a lot of the fat rise to the top, and you want to just take your ladle and just kind of skim just every so often just to make sure you get a lot of that fat out. Wait till you see what this turns into when it's reduced down. And then we'll add the shallots and the mushrooms at the very end. Oh, can't beat it. And you can't go wrong with that. Absolutely divine. We have our mushrooms and our shallots back here, and all we're gonna do, just plop that right in. So let's make our Japanese Tare sauce. This sauce is super special to me. I love this sauce. It's got a lot of umami in there. It's gonna go great with anything you put it on, really. Grilled fish, grilled steak, grilled chicken, grilled shrimp. If you're a vegetarian, you can keep it vegetarian, just omit the fish sauce and the oyster sauce, and it's absolutely delicious on anything. Grilled potatoes, grilled scallions. So get adventurous, get creative. Let's go ahead and make this Tare sauce. First, we want 1 cup of sake, 1 cup of mirin, 2 cups of soy sauce, preferably low sodium, 1 cup of brown sugar, 100 grams ginger, don't worry about killing it, 2 stalks of lemongrass, and about 1 ounce of dried shiitake mushrooms, then a couple scallions, a couple tablespoons of black peppercorns, 1/4 cup of oyster sauce, 1/4 cup of fish sauce, 4 garlic cloves, 1 cup of water. So let's bring this up to a simmer. All right, guys, so we got our beautiful Tare sauce going. This is absolutely delicious. Out of any of them, if you can do 1 per day, I would suggest this one. So we'll let this go for about 10 minutes, and then we'll thicken it up and then strain it out. Make a slurry with some potato starch and some water. Thicken it to a nice paste. Really just kind of runs off. You don't want it too thin, you don't want it too thick. You want it right in the middle. So we'll just add a little bit at a time, and then let it come back up to a boil before you add more, because you don't want to over thicken it. Finish this with a little bit of sesame seed, a little bit of scallion, and then just keep it in your fridge. Next up on our sauce journey, Carrot Top Salsa Verde. Like I said, these beautiful greens that come with your carrots, you never want to waste those. They're packed with flavor, packed with vitamins. So just go ahead and we'll just rip these off. So you could do a nice carrot puree with this. You could do a carrot broth. Let's go ahead and pick our carrot tops off the stem, and then we'll use 1 to 2 bunches of parsley, depending on how much parsley comes into your bunch. Food processor, in with our carrot top and all of our parsley as well. Zest of a Meyer lemon. Microplane 2 cloves of garlic. Going with 1 teaspoon of Calabrian chilies chopped, 1/4 cup of capers, and then about 1/4 cup of olives. I like to use manzanilla and castelvetrano, and a little bit of the brine from the bottle as well. I love that flavor. Some sea salt, fresh cracked pepper, a couple tablespoons of a really good Spanish sherry vinegar. I just like to pulsate this, and then we'll slowly add our oils. Just to kind of break everything up. Take it off. Scrape everything down the sides here. Slowly kind of pulse it. Then add our oil. You want about maybe a 1/2 cup. One of my favorite sauces right here. Make a nice wrap with this. Grill some chicken. Oh. All right, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I had a lot of fun making this. I hope you learned something today on how to make 3 of my most delicious sauces ever. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I hope you have a blessed day. Get out there and try these sauces and share them with your family and your friends. And I look forward to seeing you again. Cheers.